Charles Chancellor Mhotra, member of Board of Trustee. My name is Obala Obala, and I am the president of Leader Men. Today is the last time that I will be before you as a student leader. As I reflect on my time at Riverland Community College, I'm so appreciative for the faculty, staff, and administrators that have helped me along the way. I know that in a refugee camp, I would not have had the same opportunity that I have here in Minnesota. But I also want to acknowledge the challenge that a student like me faces around issue of food insecurity, racism, and accessibility to college. During my time here, I have fought to make that pathway a little bit easier for my sibling that will follow me and other new American that will come to Minnesota with some hope and a dream. Minnesota has the fifth most unaffordable two-year college in the United States for the low-income student, according to a report by Education Trust. And our community college have the highest percentage and numbers of students of color within all of higher education in the state. Is it by accident that student is it by accident that state funding per student is the lowest at our community college? According to IEDP's data from a fiscal year 2018, our community college are allocated 2,598 per student. The state universities are allocated 3,564, and the University of Minnesota is allocated 8,396. Community college students deserve both a high-quality education and affordable one. We can have the best education in the world, but if a student can't afford to attend, then are we accomplishing our mission? The COVID-19 pandemic and the racial injustice inflicted on George Floyd has exposed those inequities, as the New York Times described as the Minnesota paradox. I was struck by a budget consultation from the Alexandria Tech Student Senate. They said our President Michael Somore of 10 talked about his experience as an underprivileged minority trying to get in and stay in higher education, dealing with hard choice of affording higher education. I sometimes walk away from conversation with him wondering how many Michael Somore are we financially locking out of our higher education system by keeping the status quo. I want to thank the Chancellor for recommending a delay in the tuition increase for FY21. Leadermen strongly encourage the board to support this move. We had over 1,500 students sign on to a letter urging the Chancellor and Board of Trustees to freeze tuition next year. A student from Central Lake College said, "My parents in no way could ever help me, nor do I want them to. They need the money more than I do, and I can barely pay for tuition. Raising tuition now more than ever is ridiculous." It would have been a year ago. I can't believe any sort of panel would ever think that students would ever want to pay more. College students are broke and struggling to afford basic necessities. A tuition increase is so ridiculous, and I can't believe anyone in charge of a college would be out of touch that they think it is a good idea. It sickens me. It is shameful. Life was hard enough before COVID, and now I am struggling so much. I'm out of work, barely eating, trying to pay my bills so I can stay enrolled in the fall classes. A tuition increase would be so crushing. Stories like this are all too common for community college students who are barely getting by. Our students don't get an annual wage increase, and when prices go up, they have to make tough decisions. The tuition freeze provides only a temporary relief. We need a wholesale reform in how Minnesota provides higher education to communities of color. Students have been calling for reform for years around college affordability, and the outcome that we achieve for students of color continue to tinker around the age no longer working. Student, community members, and legislators are growing impatient. We have only 6 months before the 2020 legislative session. Let's use that time wisely to develop a new approach. Thank you.